Why did the boy eat his math homework? Because the teacher told him it was a piece of cake. That was a good one. I promised you a joke, so I just Googled one. I hope you liked it. Today we're going to be working on decomposing fractions. And this is brand new for moms and dads for sure, because I know it was brand new for me. And the idea of decomposing fractions is that it will help us later make conversions from improper fractions to mixed numbers and mixed numbers to improper fractions. So what we mean when we say decomposing fractions is just breaking up fractions into smaller bits. So, let's see, I need a pen. So, for example, here we go. So, for example, if I have the fraction 6/7, in this scenario, I have to make 6/7 if I only have a 1/7 size cup. So I would do that by adding to my recipe 1/7 plus 1/7 plus 1/7 plus 1/7. So 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1/7 plus 1/7. So this is another completely rational way to make 6/7, just using a smaller bit. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a total of 6/7 made up of 1/7 parts. Here I have 3/4, and let's pretend I only have a 1/4 cup. I would need to put in 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. And that would be the same as having 3/4. Let's say I needed 5/6 of a cup, but I only have a 1/6 size cup. I would need 5 1/6 cups. So 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. 5/12, and I only have a 1/12 size cup, so I would need 5 of those. 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12. For 7/8, again, I would need 7 1/8 teaspoons. So it would be 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 to get to 7/8. Now we can also use decomposing to make different forms of a fraction when we're working with mixed numbers. So if I had the mixed number 1 and 5/6, I'm going to go ahead and stick with 6 because that's the denominator that I'm already using. And I know that it would take 6/6 to make one whole. So 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. So that's going to take the place of my one whole. And then here I have 5/6 more. So when I count how many sixths I have all together, I have a total of 11/6. So what we've done is we've converted a mixed number into an improper fraction. So this improper fraction form, 11/6, is another name for 1 and 5/6. They're just fractions. There's nothing improper about them, but we're going to keep using the term improper fractions for lack of a better word. They're truly equivalent fractions to each other. So if I wanted to find the improper fraction names for these mixed numbers, I'm going to use decomposing. So I have 7.5. Now, what I'm going to have to do, and this may take me a minute, is I'm going to go through and I'm going to count my halves. So I'm going to have a half plus a half, and that's 1. plus a half would give me 1.5. Now I have 2. I have 2.5. I have 3. I have 3.5. 4. I have 4.5. 5. 5.5. Oh, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5. Here's 6. 6.5. And 7. And then I have one more half here, so I have 7.5. And now I'm going to count how many halves I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have 15 halves. Now in class today we also talked about a shortcut method. Most of the time you're going to be asked to decompose these fractions or decompose these mixed numbers. So it should look like this, but sometimes you can use a shortcut method, and I think decomposing fractions really shows you why that shortcut method works. And I know moms and dads, we learned the shortcut method, but we really probably didn't understand what it meant until we look at it this way in this method of decomposing. The shortcut method would be to multiply your denominator by your whole number, because we're trying to figure out how many halves are in 7. So if we know that 2 halves make 1 whole, 2 times 7 would give me 14 halves, plus 1 more half would give me 15 halves. So if we draw arrows here, 2 times 7 gives me 14. And then I'm going to go on and I'm going to add my numerator. And that's going to give me 15. So 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15, and that gives us 15 halves. Next we have 5 3/4. So if I'm going to decompose it, I want to figure out how many fourths it's going to take to make 5 wholes. Now, I can tell you, I don't have room on my smartboard to draw that out, so I'm going to use the shortcut method for this one. I know that it takes 4/4 to make up 5 whole, or to make up 1 whole. So if it takes 4/4 to make 1, I'm going to multiply 4 by 5 to get 20. So it's going to take me 20/4 written out here, if I were decomposing it, to get to that 5 whole. And then I would need 3 more fourths. So I would have a total of 23/4 written out. And that is an awful lot. 23/4. You can also decompose whole numbers in lots of different ways. You could do 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. You could do 3 plus a half plus a half. There are lots of ways that you could decompose the whole number for. Now we can decompose these improper fractions to find mixed numbers. And we're going to do that based on the concept of a whole. So if I'm working with 6, I know that it takes 6/6 to make up 1 whole. And I know I don't have enough room for another 6 because that would be 12. So that leaves me with 5/6 left over. So this 6/6, that's going to be my 1 whole, and then I have 5/6. All right, if we had 13/9, we would decompose it by starting with 9/9, because I know that 9/9 makes a whole. I can't do another 9/9 because that would be too big. So I have 14 more 9s left over for my 13/9. So that's going to give me 1 whole and 4 9s. For 17/8, 8/8 is going to be 1 whole, Now in this case, I do have enough room. I can do another 8/8, and that's going to make 2 wholes. So 8 plus 8 is 16, so I have 1 more eighth. So when I convert that to a mixed number, 8/8 and 8/8, ooh, that's going to be 2 wholes, and then I have 1 more eighth left over. So 2 and 1/8 would be my mixed number. Alright, you all asked for some extra practice for dollars, so here you go. This is your extra practice to earn dollars. I would like for you to decompose the following mixed numbers and turn them into improper fractions. So let's do 2 and 2/7 and 4 and 1/3. And we're going to take these 2 improper fractions and you're going to convert them into mixed numbers using the decomposing method. So let's do 18/5 and 21/4. So if you figure these out, decompose them, and turn them into me tomorrow, you can earn $1. And tomorrow's store day, so that will be very, very good for you.